Hi traders. Hi there traders. Another video on the euro dollar and pound dollar. We're going to take a look at the big retracement that's taking place within wave 4. Alright, this is the euro dollar 4-hour chart at this moment, and you can see price breaking above the 23.6 fib and at 117.50 kind of resistance zone, and price is now building up a swing towards the next fib, the 38.2 at 118.50, which I think is a resistance spot, and price could stop there, turn around and fall again. Looking for Japanese candlestick patterns in this zone on a 4-hour chart, maybe 1-hour chart, a bit riskier though, for that turnaround. So what we're looking at probably is a ABC correction. We already talked about the fact that this did have 5 waves up, and that probably was a wave A. Then we saw a move down and a move up, but this move up really didn't have much momentum. It didn't really look like a wave C, so we concluded that probably this is an expanded wave B, like this, ABC, and then we're still getting the wave C probably later on, and that's indeed what happened. So we're getting this ABC correction, but what does it complete? What kind of pattern does it lead to? And at the moment, leading towards a wave wave 4. This is probably a wave 3, and up in here, all the way here, was probably a wave 2. So that wave 4, typically shallow. It could be any of these 3 fibs really, but above the 50 fib would be odd and would not invalidate it, but would make it very unlikely. So anything above the 50 fib, anything above 119.60, it's probably not the wave 4 anymore, and something else is going on. Probably we're looking at the fact that this is a bigger correction that's finished, and in that case, probably price is making a bigger ABC to the upside like this, and in that case, we will have a break here, but still would look for a three-wave pattern back to the downside and then upside again. All right, that's what I would expect if price breaks above this 50 fib, like this, and then that. And probably at this point, somewhere up in here, down again. This is all based on wave patterns for the moment. But the question is whether this is indeed a wave 1, 2, for instance, 3, 4, 5 of a bigger wave A. And that could happen. That's why this 38.2 fib is such an important zone for the euro dollar, and it's really getting close. So good momentum at this moment, and I wouldn't be surprised on the lower time frame if this is for instance, a wave 1, 2, 3, we could get a wave 4 and get a wave 5. So I don't think the price has to stop right at 118.50. It could make a bull flag like this, make one more sprint to the upside, start to weaken and lose a little bit of momentum with the next higher high. It could stop, at this level, but it could be a little bit higher. It doesn't have to be exactly at this level. Look at the 23.6 fib. For instance, well, here it was pretty accurate, but there are examples where price kind of pushes through a little bit, but still respects the overall fib. That could happen with the euro dollar here in this case too. So I think that this is a wave C of wave 4, and I think we're looking at a 1, 2, 3, 4 probably. I think we'll get a 4 and then up for 5, and that's why I would expect price to make a downside. Now the question is, what kind of downside do we get? Is it something that looks corrective? Is it something like a choppy price action? Well, that would not really signal a downtrend restart, right, of the wave 5. That actually looks more corrective. So in that case, this could be an expanded correction like this, right? And you could get maybe that push up to the 50 fib. If it falls quickly with a lot of momentum and then starts to correct like this, well, then in that case, much more likely that we're getting a wave 5 and a break of a support trend line like this would be a trigger and confirmation. So that's will be very important to see how price responds when it gets into the 38.2 fib. I mean, it doesn't have to stop there; it could break right away, but I wouldn't be trading that, and I think that there's very small chance for that. I think roughly in this zone there should be some reaction. Question is which reaction, and I wouldn't count on the break. It could happen. There's always that small chance, but I don't think it's very likely. So keep an eye on this trend line as well. This is a zone where price as well, these purple lines I'm adding basically. So when price does turn and fall, you want to see strong momentum here. Probably we'll get a reaction somewhere in here, and then we want to see a breakthrough that. All right, Pound dollar, more or less the same as the euro dollar. It too is making a correction to the upside, and it is looking actually very much like a bear flag. But price is trying to push through that bear flag in a way. Look at that. It was at the top of the bear flag, depending on how you draw it. But now it's actually trying to push through it. Now, will it manage to break? Will it be a good candle close above it? We don't know. It's still some time left in this 4-hour candle, but it's trying at least. Overall, it still looks like a wave 4. And let me add the fib like this. Sorry, this. We could put a fib. Depends where you think the wave 3 started, but I think that this is probably a good spot. All right, so we can see the price is now at the 23.6 fib. That's an important resistance. We also see a lot of bottoms and tops here, so that's an important level. I mean, if you use a different fib, one could also easily use this. Then the 38 is a little bit higher, right? And it could still move up to that 135 round level as well. So it is getting very close, or is already in this strong resistance zone. It's at the top of this bear flag channel. So definitely I'm not interested in any long setups. I think that if anything, here too, like the euro dollar, looking for confirmation of bearish candlestick patterns to indicate that price is going to turn here, but it could be a few pips higher too. And yeah, basically anything around 135, max 136 remains bearish. I think price would have to really break above that 136 level for me to change that outlook to away from bearishness, basically, right? So looking for also looking for a break below this channel, of course, that would confirm a wave 5 too, and we would see some downside perhaps to this target, right? So that's also on the watch list for later on if this bear flag breaks. We can add Wiz tool, by the way, to these bottoms, and I forgot to do that with the euro dollar, and you can see that roughly at level 4 and level 5 are key zones for retracements, and on the euro dollar we can do the same. And here too you see that 5th Wiz level. So those are key areas, and that's where price I would expect would turn. Let's take a look at 1-hour charts. I don't think there's much to add, but this is looking like an ABC correction, and it is looking like a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, I think there's a good chance of a turn soon. But I'm waiting for candlestick patterns, 4-hour chart typically, to confirm that. All right, that's about it for now. More free analysis at elitecurrency.com. Also, of course, you can try out our ECS start package if you're interested in more analysis. We also have a live service that's via Telegram and webinars, but it is an additional paid service. So if you like, check it out. ECS Live is on the website. You can find more info there. So wish you all good trading above all, and talk to you soon. Cheers.